I'm just going to talk this episode. Normally, I always talk, but today specifically, it's just going to be me. Just going to be me yapping. I hope that's all right. Currently, it's 12:51 a.m. on November 17th. Of course, that's Tuesday, technically. But I got into the new routine of recording my episodes a day early at a late time. That way I can be more comfortable. If you remember last episode, I think I did the same thing where I said, well, I guess the last 4 episodes, but purposely on the last episode, I saved it to record it Wednesday night so I could, upload it Thursday morning and have the Thursday episode ready for all of you. So today I'm doing the same thing because it's the routine now. Who knows how long it'll stay, but I hope a while. Look, we're already a minute in. That went by quick, didn't it? Good Lord. Anyway, today I'm just going to talk about my weekend and just shoot the crap with all of you. So I guess last I saw you was Thursday, but I guess technically Wednesday night. But I gotta think about what even happened since then. I know my weekend was fun. Let's just jump right to the weekend. I drove home to York. That's where I'm from, York, Pennsylvania. And just hung out with my dad and my brother. Played some darts with my dad. I was playing darts with my dad. He was like, all right, buddy, best 2 out of 3. I was like, all right, you're on, old man. So I played him best 2 out of 3. He won. But then I changed the rules on him. I pulled a rule change in my back pocket in the 11th hour, and I was like, you know what? We're playing best of 5, first to 3. All right, that's fair. So he won again, best of 5. I was like, you know what, you old man, you old coot, I'm gonna play it to best of 7. That's what we did. We played best of 7, and slowly I started gaining some traction. Long story short, you know what? Toy story short, it ended up being first to 10 games. And you know what? You know what happened? Harrison won. That's right. Harry won the old darts game against his old man, best first to 10. But he didn't want to see it that way. So he changed it to best of 15. He went, you know what, buddy? Let's play best of 15. I was like, all right, you can't handle losing by your own kin. That's fair. So, you know what I did? I beat him in that too. I beat him first to 15. Who cares about the first 2 out of 3? He's been playing darts all week with my brother. I came home. I had to get I had to get back into action quick. I haven't played darts in a fortnight? It's been a while. But I ended up beating him. I guess that's my first story of the day. There's other things I want to talk about, but I was at work today. Just somehow my memory just astounded me today. I remembered everything I wanted to talk about. I think. Don't get me off on the wrong foot here, where I'm going to say that and then end up regretting it later because I'm going to forget about everything I meant to say. But I know at work I wanted to add, or what? Here's my thoughts at work. I want to add a quote for the episode last Tuesday where I talked about all the sayings I've made up. And I guess from now on, if I think of one, I'll try to add it to the podcast because that was fun. Here, are you ready for it? Here's the example. If I ever solve a tough arithmetic problem, or if I'm destined to solve one, if I'm picked to solve one, I always say, hey, I'm no math magician. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole joke. Math magician, which of course is a play on mathematician. That's it. Of course, Teddy, you can add it to your list. Side note, here's just a private conversation between me and Teddy here. I'm eternally grateful for the Google Doc that you created talking about every episode of White Coffee. Now, some people might see that and think, oh my goodness, what is this person doing, spending all their time listening to White Coffee? But I'm not some people. I'm just me. And I'm grateful. That was, I'm outstandingly flattered. I don't know if that's the right word of outstandingly, but I'm completely flattered to see a list of all the episodes I've made, with descriptions of each episode and a list of the words of the day and the song of the day and stuff. Hopefully, of course, if those of you not familiar, Titty is a viewer, I would consider my number one fan, I guess, at least in interaction between the comments and the whatnot. Made a list on a Google Doc, a Google form, or Google Doc, put it in the comments of some episode. I think it was last Tuesday's episode of I like to make up fake lists or something like that. I like to make up fake sayings. And I clicked on it. I guess it's in the comments if you want to see it. If Titty, of course, if you don't want anyone to see this, I'm sorry, delete your comment. I won't ever talk about it again, but hopefully it's available to the public, of course. Maybe not to edit, but just to look at. Anyway, I guess I want to say to the viewers, check that list out if it interests you at all. It's just a description of each episode. But add that to the list. Math Magician. I thought that was funny, and I remembered it at work today. What else did I do? I wrote a song with my brother. Oh, I might have said we bought a drum set, and I've been playing guitar for 5 years now, like trying to actually learn how to play guitar. It's probably been 5 years, sophomore year of high school, maybe 4. But I got a guitar for some reason when I was like 6. My dad was like, "Hey, buddy, what do you want for Christmas?" And I was like, "Give me an electric guitar." And for some reason, they actually got it for me, or Santa brought it to me. But at this point, come on. Santa brought me an electric guitar, and I had it from when I was like 6 years old. Never played it till I was like 15. Never played it for real till I was 15. But at this point, I think I'm all right. I'm not too bad. I learned how to play chords. Um, but if it's interesting to you, I'm gonna play you the song that me and my brother wrote. And by that, I mean I wrote it. He's playing the drums, but of course, for just full disclosure, write I did write the drum pattern on this. I just have my brother playing it right now. But this is how the song goes. I hope you're all interested. I hope you all like drums and guitar and songs. And here's the one I wrote. There we go. That ending part there, that's not a part of the song. That's just me screwing around right before the end of the video. Hopefully you found that interesting. I am very pleased with how that came out. I don't know. I like to play guitar. Um, I don't really know how to put it into words. I'm just making music is something I like doing a lot. I'm not very good at it, but I hope at some point. That's our second song we wrote. And sorry, I'm gonna burp here. Oh no, just to throw up in the mouth. That's the second song we wrote, and it's better than the first one. If you like to hear the first one, of course. Yeah, I'm not gonna show it right now, but maybe I'll show it in the next episode, or at some point. I'm sure it'll come out. My plan is to write enough music, enough lyrics to be able to make an album, and I'll at least post it onto White Coffee if I make an entire album. Or if you'd like to hear just one song at a time, I'll post one song at a time. I just have to make the words and stuff for them. But my plan is to write an entire album, go online and find someone that'll format it into a vinyl, and then, I don't know, buy 10 copies of the vinyl and just have like cool or I don't know, just have copies of the vinyl of songs I've written, and give them to friends and family or whatever for Christmas or birthdays. I think my plan is to give it to my brother for his birthday or something without letting him know. I'm guessing he doesn't watch or listen to White Coffee, so hopefully that's not a spoiler. Um, but that's a plan. Hopefully that sounds interesting to anybody listening. I guess if you're listening to me talking right now on White Coffee, um, I would hope you're interested enough to want to hear the stupid songs I write. I don't know. I mean, they're not anything crazy, but neither is me talking on White Coffee, and you seem to enjoy that. So I would hope that by those standards, you would also want to listen to something I'm actually proud of. Want to hear something funny? I went to the dentist today. I had an appointment on my own. I think I was supposed to go in March, but the Rona happened, so now it's what, November? Whoops. So I'm at the dentist today, and the lady, the hygienist, is scratching my teeth with that pick or whatever, that metal scraper, and she's digging around, flossing my teeth. She goes, "Hang on, I'm gonna burp. Hang on, sorry. That's not what she said. Back to the story. She scraped my teeth and she pulls some out. She goes, "Have you eaten popcorn recently?" And I just went, uh, no. Gosh, that was gross. So, I mean, that's the whole story. But I guess I had a popcorn kernel stuck in my tooth from like a week and a half ago. I went to Penn State, had this, or Penn State Harrisburg, had this, what's it called? I don't know. Just this table, these tables, this school like fundraiser, happy fun time thing, where they had tables up and down the corridor, the court, the school sidewalks, and I was able to pick up goodies from each table, and one of the tables had a bunch of popcorn I could pick. So I got like bags of kettle corn and caramel corn and just regular popcorn. But I ate the popcorn immediately, and that was about a week and a half ago. So that's gross. That is the last time I ate popcorn. Another thing that happened today, I uploaded a video of me playing the song "Holiday" by Green Day. If you know that song, and onto my Snapchat. I also recorded that with my brother. He learned the drums for it. So we were just jamming. I put it on my Snapchat story because I thought it was high quality enough to be able to show to my friends. And my little cousin, Mason, he's like 9 or something. I got no clue. He's like 9. I'm going to say like 12 or something. And he slid up on my Snapchat story and he said, "When are you going to visit us?" He lives, I don't know. I'm not going to, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to say. Not that anyone's going to go track him down, but just because, he's a young kid. I don't want to freak him out. He lives very far away, other side of the country at least, I'll say that. And he's like, "When are you going to visit us?" And I gave him this nice response you would tell an 8-year-old, like, "Oh, well, not right now. I work a lot, but as soon as I get an opportunity, I'd like to get there as soon as I can." And I just gave him this big heartfelt message, like, "I miss you guys. I like to see you again." And you know what he responded to me immediately? He just said, "K." I was like, all right, Mason, very funny. I know. I find that kind of funny that it was like, I mean, it wasn't a snub. That's just how 12-year-olds talk, or however the heck old he is, 9. I don't know who gives a 9-year-old a phone. So he must be 12. But yeah, he was the one that came to me and was like, "Hey, when am I gonna see you again? I haven't seen you in so long." And I was like, "Oh, I'd like to get out there. I miss you too." He's just like, "Okay." Like, all right, you little bugger. I'm not gonna come visit you. How you feel about that? So we'll see how that goes. You know how else we'll see how it goes? I don't know how to transition into this, but I think right now I'm gonna go into the song of the day. And no, it's not a song that I wrote. It's a song by Alt J that I was just listening to. It's a very good song. I highly recommend it. It, of course, is Alt J's Hunger of the Pine. Now, I don't want to start it off right away because, well, you might be able to hear it in the background. No, you should be able to hear it in the background. The words don't get in it for a while, but it's a very cool song. It's chill, but it's also just like weird. Now listen to this. Butterflies and needles line my seamed up joint. Now I don't know how much I can play of that. Of course, I've gotten copyright claimed on YouTube every single time I play songs. So if that's muted, it's because Alt J knocked on my door and said, "Hey, get that off. We only want people to listen to my music if it's through Amazon Prime for free. We don't want them listening on YouTube for free from you. We want them to listen on Amazon for free by us." Which, whatever. I get it. But that's a cool song. It's Hunger of the Pine by Alt J. It's from the album This Is All Yours, which is a very, very cool album. I think it came out in 2015. Regardless, that entire album is awesome. I also recommend the song Nara, Nara. That's a very cool song. It's just, I don't know, very. I don't want to say chill because it's very climactic, but it's just like a masterpiece, but it's very calm, which is kind of a weird description of a song. That's I'm talking the song Nara at this point. Hunger of the Pine is cool. Um, it's the song of the day, of course. It has to be cool, but Nara is a little better. Gotta be honest. Now, I don't often do this, but I'm going to do two songs of the day because I've talked about this artist before, and I've probably talked about this song. I don't know if I played it, but this song has been stuck in my head all day, and that's really what the point of the song of the day is. It's just to tell you this is the song of my day. This is the song of the day, and I know you haven't listened to it before. It's by Daniel Johnston. I've talked about him. I don't remember what episode, but I know I've talked about him. I showed the song "True Love Will Find You" in the end. Now this is a song called "Walking the Cow" from the album "Hi, How Are You." I recommend that entire song. That's very chill. I don't know. It's not for everybody. I'm certain that some people would listen to that and just go, "I can't stand his voice. I can't stand hearing the poor quality of the piano." But you know what? That's right up my alley. I like that song a lot, and it's been stuck in my head all day. Lucky stars, and then I try to reach out, but it's gone. Did I tell you that I was at the store? I was at the store Second and Charles, which is like a secondhand store, kind of. It's a mix between like a secondhand store and an FYE. If you ever been to an FYE in the mall, Second and Charles is just basically a secondhand store where it has a bunch of movies, a bunch of records, a bunch of books, video games. I was in the records section and I was looking through the used and I saw Daniel Johnston's album, Yip Jump, I think it's called, Yip Jump Music, 1983, which has the song Speeding Motorcycle on it. I know I didn't play that, but I know I've talked about it. To see a record of a guy that I know no one's ever heard was outstanding. I swore when I saw it. I said, "Holy S!" out loud. I couldn't contain myself. I saw it and I was just like, this is crazy." I found this record at the store and I bought it. It was $15. And I was like, I normally am on top of my record game of like what I want to buy, and I'm surprised that for how much I've talked about him, how much I would consider him one of my favorite artists, that I hadn't considered yet buying a vinyl. I didn't think, I guess, and I was too naive to think that he even had records printed. Um, so I went on Amazon to see how popular they were, what they were selling for, and they weren't on Amazon. So I went to eBay just to see how many people had them on eBay, because of course they exist. I mean, clearly I own one. I know I don't have to own the copy. So I went on eBay to see how many there were, and there were none. No, that's not true. There were very few. But of those few of the album, Yip Jump Music 1983, that I bought for $15, they were listed at over $100 for each record. I mean, like $180, $215 for one, and that is insane to me. I like, for anyone that would actually spend that much money on it, it's like, hey, go to Second and Charles. They're selling them for $15, and not like they're getting ripped off by buying them from eBay. I'm sure the people that buy them from eBay are. Well, I think the thing about Daniel Johnston is not a lot of people know about him, but of the people that know about him and like him, they don't just like him, they love him. Like, it's kind of an artist. You can't just like, "Oh yeah, I like the Beatles and I like Portugal the Man. Daniel Johnston's kind of cool." Like, I don't know. Either you love him or you hate him, I guess, or you're indifferent. But and by indifferent I mean like you don't know about him at all. Of course, I can't say you're indifferent when I say you either love him or you hate him. But I guarantee that no one that went to Second and Charles and saw that record, of the last 100 people that flipped through the records and saw that, had any idea what it was. And here I am, a huge fan of his, and I snagged it for $15, where people are trying to sell it on eBay for $215 because they know that the fan base would pay that much to hear a record by this guy. Daniel Johnston is a mastermind in his own right. And not, I mean, just, I don't know. I love that song. You may hear me typing. It's because I'm looking up the word of the day. I had a viewer submission of the word of the day. My friend texted me today and he said, use this word, blank. And I'm going to tell it to you now. It's an adjective describing deriving ideas, style, or taste from a broad or diverse range of sources. Eclectic. That is the word. Or you could use it as a noun, talking about a person who derives ideas, style, or taste from a broad and diverse range of sources. I'd like to think of myself as eclectic. I'd like to think of all you viewers as eclectic, just by proxy of listening to me, by hearing these weird songs, and also, well, I'm certain people of our age are on Twitter, they're on Facebook, Instagram, listening to like pop culture songs, like TikTok, making these pop culture songs, very popular songs. Um, and then you listen to White Coffee, and I'll show you these songs that no one's ever listened to before. There you go. You're eclectic. You are eclectic right now, just by listening to this podcast, having a wide range of what's it called? Sources. You could say you have an eclectic taste in music, which I would consider myself as having. Eclectic is the word of the day. Now, the movie of the day, here's a White Coffee first. I haven't actually seen this movie. I've read the book, not really. I was assigned to read the book in English class in 11th grade, and I flipped through it, I skimmed through it, I read Spark Notes, and I listened to audiobook chapters of it, but I never really read the entire book. I know what happened in it, though. That's not the point of the story. That's not the point of the movie. This segment is the point of the movie of the day. Today's movie of the day is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, a 1975 comedy drama starring Jack Nicholson. Now here's the description. When Randall Patrick McMurphy, Jack Nicholson, gets transferred for evaluation from a prison farm to a mental institution, he assumes it will be a less restrictive environment. But the martinet, Nurse Ratched, Louise Fletcher, runs the psychiatric ward with an iron fist, keeping her patients cowed through abuse, medication, and sessions of electroconclusive therapy. The battle of wills between the rebellious McMurphy and the inflexible Ratched soon affects all the ward's patients. So, all I know about it is it takes place in an insane asylum starring Jack Nicholson and Danny DeVito from 1975. So you can see, if you watch Sunny, you know who Danny DeVito is. But it's not old, weird, decrepit Frank Danny DeVito. It's young, limber, natural Daniel DeVito. Now, you can't see the pictures I'm looking at, but I'm looking at one of him right now, and he just looks so happy. So check it out. Check the movie out. It's on Netflix, of course. And, yeah, great movie, I hear. I think it got an 8.5, 8.7 on IMDb, and a 94 on Rotten Tomatoes. Now that's crazy. This episode went by very quick. Hopefully, listening to it went by very quick too, because I know we didn't talk about anything really important. I just kind of shot the crap with you. I shooted the shat with the viewers here. I just kind of was here talking, trying to keep you. I'm just some background noise. I don't mind if you listen to me as background noise or just like for comfort. I don't really expect anyone to come here for my philosophical ideas, although if you would like to hear how I feel philosophically about life and the afterlife and books and movies and songs, I'd be more than willing to dive deeper into how I feel about life. I do have an entire episode, as you may remember from last week, where I talk about how to be me, and it just goes through a day in the life of Harrison. Speaking of a day in the life, Jason Seeger, roommate and former host of White Coffee. Well, no, he's still the host of White Coffee. Season 1, I guess. He never got kicked out or anything. This is kind of a new show. I just used the White Coffee format to be able to tell my ideas to the audience. But me and Jason were talking about an idea for a YouTube channel where we do a mini docu series of days in the life of just regular people. Like, yeah, you've heard of a day in the life of, like, oh, here's a day in the life of the CEO of Waste Management. You can hear how he goes and drives around town and collects garbage all day. Or, well, that's a terrible example. Here's a day in the life of the waste management manager. He just sits behind a desk and says, hey, manage that waste. But you know what? Me and Jason, we want to go to the actual guys picking up the trash. We want to say, hey, can we have a day in the life of you? And we wake up, we see them brush their teeth, we see them go to the bathroom, we see what they have for breakfast in the morning. We see what they have for breakfast, we see how early they leave for work, and what it is to have a day in the life of a waste manager, someone picking up trash. It's an important job. I guess following the white coffee theme of just like pointing out, oh yeah, that's a very important job that you take for granted is waste management. People picking up garbage, and it wouldn't just be garbage picker-uppers. It would be a dental hygienist or someone working at FedEx or just a full-time student saying this is the day in my life, or like a 12-year-old saying this is the day in my life. I mean, wouldn't that be interesting? Who knows if it's going to get anywhere, but I think it follows the theme of how I was saying for like music, I'd like to record an entire song with my retainer in. I'd like to record an entire song where I'm having my like wake up voice. Like that would just be a cool touch to add to a very popular thing, a song. Where this would be a cool touch to add to a well-known thing, a docu-series where you're not just showing someone like, oh yeah, this is Tim Cook. He's the CEO of Apple. See what he does in a day. I bet he goes for a run in the morning. Isn't that crazy? No, I want to hear about the big fat guy that manages McDonald's. And he's like, yeah, it's not what I really expect to do with my life, but it makes me happy, and it gets the bills paid, and I'm good at my job. Now that's what I want to hear, and I think that's what the country needs to hear. And I'm not saying that I expect to get 332 million views on my videos from everyone in the country, but shouldn't we respect people like that a little more? And, you don't have to bow down at their feet, but let's not take so much for granted here. I don't want to get too philosophical like I'm saying, but you don't think about the waste management guy as like a regular guy. You just think, oh, I see him once a week. He only works once a week. It's like, no, he's working every day. He wakes up every morning, goes to different neighborhoods, picks up your trash, crushes it. He stands on the side of a car. I'll get to ask him about that. What's it like to stand on the side of the big truck? And then you run off while it's moving and you run back onto it while it's moving. Is that fun? Is it fun to be able to control the hands of the garbage? Sometimes you can pick up the whole entire dumpster and just dump it right into the back of the truck. Like, is that as fun as it sounds? I would hope. Or I guess we'll get to know in that show. So that's pretty much all creatively I have left in me when it comes to making up shows. Of course, I spent the weekend making songs. I hope you enjoyed the song I wrote. Plenty more where that came from. If you'd like to hear more, let me know. And if you'd like to just hear the entire songs on White Coffee, I'm sure once I get them recorded with words and lyrics and guitar solos or whatever the heck I add, they will go into White Coffee. I don't know how popular they'll be, but just for me to have like what's the word? Just for me to have I don't know, a copy of it on the internet, I guess. And that's what I really am doing White Coffee for. I'm glad that I have so many viewers that are faithful to me and listen to what I talk about. But a lot of it is just like, I just want to show this to my kids one day so they can hear what their old man was thinking when he was 19, when he was their age. Wouldn't that be fun? I don't know, maybe I'm an idiot, but I just thought that would be cool. Now we're wrapping up here, or I'm going to wrap up here with White Coffee. We, of course, go behind the scenes sometimes and talk about how the other views are doing. How the other videos are doing, and I am very pleased to say that the last episode, White Coffee, I broke Jason's desk right in half, has 109 views. That is crazy to me, especially when the only other video that got that high, of course, without acknowledging the one that got 1,000 views, which I'm not considering a real 1,000 views. That was YouTube just giving me a hand. But the episode White Coffee, I like a lot of weird stuff that came out on October 15th, has 117 views. I mean, that's been over a month now. And the episode from Thursday has 109. So maybe that's a good sign to show that episodes are slowly getting more attention. I don't know though, because the one from November 11th, the I like to make up fake sayings, only has 42 views, which is still good. I'm pleased with 42 views, but it's not 109, so I can't say that there's a pattern. It's not indicative of a pattern. But who knows how this episode will do? Maybe it won't do very good at all because it's been 31 minutes of me just kind of talking out of my butt. But isn't that what every episode does? Sometimes I just am able to follow what I'm talking about and make it all loop in the end and go, oh yeah, that's the point of the Warren story, is to say, what did you think was going to happen? Or the I like to make up fake sayings. I don't even know what the lesson in that one was. Not every episode has to have a lesson. Sometimes it's just me talking, sharing some fun stories I hope you guys found interesting. But we're getting up to the 31-minute mark, so I don't want to go too long, especially if this episode is boring. I don't want to completely kill all of you with boredom. But it is 1 in the morning, so I'm sorry if it ran on a little bit, but I'm very tired, and I can't help that I ramble. But of course, I'm grateful for all the White Coffee viewers, and if you made it this long, I'm very, very thankful for all of you that have made it this long. All 3 of you that have probably listened to the entire episode. I know it's a lot to ask for, 31 minutes, but I'm very thankful. And I would just like to say, I love all of you, and I'll see you all on Thursday's episode of White Coffee.